All right, welcome back everyone. Glad you could join us. So yours truly, a couple weeks ago, got a year older, so there's no holding back the tides of time. And yeah, birthdays happen, right? Once a year, on the dot, regularly. So a bit older this year, and my kids thought so too, and they thought that I needed a DeWalt Power Grease Gun for maintaining all the machines we got around here. So happy about that. I've always had my eye on one, but never thought to buy one because I can do it by hand. I've got grease guns, but nice addition to the tool crib here. So we're going to fill it with grease. We're going to do some maintenance on the excavator and then introduce you to a new project that we've got going on. I've already started, but we'll bring you along for that ride. People seem to like watching videos about people digging holes in the ground, so that's what we're going to do. But glad you could join us, and let's get started. So I wanted to try this out already a little while ago when I got it, but all my batteries were on site for an install we're doing. But the kids got me a DC GG571B, a big long model number for a DeWalt Power Grease Gun. So we're going to open it up here, and we're going to fill it with grease. All brand spanking shiny new. So first impressions are, yeah, it's yellow. It's DeWalt after all. All my tools, I guess this is why they got me the DeWalt, is I already have the batteries for them all, and with today's prices of batteries, they bought me the tool only, which is okay because I've got lots of batteries. But yeah, it's actually quite a heavy little unit, so I guess that's why they provide a carrying strap. So we're going to fill it with grease and get going. Okay, well, we've got the tube of grease installed. The instructions are saying that this release valve, or the so you can purge the air out, you got to open that up and then run it for 10 to 20 seconds, close it, and then run it again to purge the old factory grease out of the line. And we've done that, so now we're ready to get out to the machine. Okay, we've got the machine greased up with our new DeWalt power greaser, and things seem to go well. There's one grease nipple that is clogged, so I'll have to maybe replace that. Not a critical one, but nonetheless, you don't want to work too long with a dry bearing. So this is my excavator. You've seen this in previous videos, the Bobcat 322D series. It is a 2-ton machine. It's a little bit small for what we're doing, but just takes a bit longer, and I love being on the excavator, just a lot of fun. So in a previous video I made a thumb for this excavator, and just to give you an idea how effective it is, we've been carrying all of these logs with the thumb, so it is working quite well. In hindsight, I should have made the actual tines out of 1/2-inch material rather than 3/8. They are deflecting a little bit, but overall you can carry a fair amount of weight with them, so quite happy with the result. Well, one of the reasons we bought the mini excavator is so that we could develop what we think would be a nice area for a pond. And I've already kind of started. I've dug a test hole last fall here, and the groundwater kind of seeped up and has stayed there. And that's down to about, well, not anymore because it's filled up with all kinds of debris as I've been digging, but down to about 6 feet, and it's held water. And this area here, when we first bought the property, had what they call in this area called a spring box. And it's a wood structure in a hole that somebody's dug, let the water percolate up into it, and then they water their livestock with it. Now that had totally deteriorated, rotten, started falling apart, so we tore it out and thought this would be a beautiful area for a pond. So the groundwater here is quite high. We're hoping that this is, seeing it was called a spring box, that there is a bit of a spring there. More than likely just groundwater. But that's the level it's at now. Now we've had a pretty dry spring. Now we've had it up to this area here that it's been full of water, but I think that's more from runoff. This year it's been kind of dry. And so our plan is to build up an area to work and then dig out the pond. You know, I've been building it up with a mixture of clay and soil just to get an area to work. So the pond itself will be from all the way back there to somewhere in here. So it doesn't matter how many videos you watch or books you read about building ponds, you always have to deal with the conditions that are presented to you. And we have an awfully high water table. Every time I stick the bucket into the ground, it fills with water. Not right away, but soon thereafter. So this is totally wet, and I've been trying to dig it away in spots. Now this is a mixture of, the top portion is a mixture of clay and soil, but there is a layer of solid clay. So all the books and all the videos that I've been saying is that at the end you have to have a keyway that is dug right down to solid ground. Now I don't have that, but I have been digging a trench, and it comes all the way past here. Now it's got some organics on top of it, but you can kind of see the soil difference. This is all pure clay. Now it's got a bit of organics on the top, and as soon as I can build out a little deck to work on, I'm building a keyway all the way around with pure clay, and then I'll cover that with organics after it's all said and done. So you can see in the water there that this whole area, there is a layer underneath the organic soil, a total area of clay, just total clay. And that extends all the way down here. Now it goes a little bit deeper in this area, but again, you strip away the organics and there's that layer of clay. And again, a little further down. So the idea is we're going to be transferring some of this pure clay over to the end to make our keyway and our little dam so that the water cannot penetrate it. But the problem is that it's all wet. So we dig a little bit, we let it drain, we let it dry a bit. So I have been tracking in a little platform to work off of at the end here, and eventually that's going to go all the way around. Now I have not put a transit on here, so I don't know how much of an elevation change we have, but I'm guessing it's got to be at least 3 feet. Now the pond won't come all the way up unless we have tons of runoff. So when I was trying to figure out how to do this, like I said, you can read as many books and watch as many videos as you like, but once you actually get to digging, totally different story. You got to work with what you got. So my idea is we wanted to have kind of a longish, ovalish type of pond. So right now I am kind of taking this area here as my high point and trying to track in a bit of a berm that's going to carry on around, and so that I can work off and then scoop from each side the pond out. And so I've been trying to separate the organics from the kind of the mixed clay and dirt, and then down at the end there you can definitely see the color change when it turns to pure clay. So I've been transferring all the pure clay down to the end to make our keyway for the end of the dam. Hopefully that's a good idea. So over the years you get lots of this type of product in the bog. You get rotten logs and stumps and trees that are fallen, and you don't even see half of them because some of them are underneath all the grass and have been there for years and years. So when you're digging the pond, you're pulling up organics that are like 2 feet, 3 feet down. Sometimes I'm pulling up stumps and parts of stumps that are 2 and 3 feet down in the bog. So this is one of the challenges of digging in this area. We get lots and lots of organics and stumps and roots that have been here for years and years from trees that have fallen, and we had to take down some trees, and we had to dig out a couple of stumps. Now some of them broke, but these are the ones that came out in, well, 3 pieces actually, but this was a heavy one, and I just kind of dragged it out with the excavator. I'll come and pick it up with the tractor, put it on the burn pile. All right, well, I can't do any more. The ground is way too wet, and I can't get the excavator to sit still on the mud, so we're going to call it quits until it dries up a little bit, which is okay. Got other stuff to do, but fun project. I'm just making it up as I'm going here, so don't use this as a pond tutorial. Just enjoying myself on the excavator, digging in the ground and making a couple of holes, and hopefully it'll hold water. But we greased the machine up with the new DeWalt Power Grease Gun. Happy with that. A little bit hard to get the cartridge in the first time, wrestling with the spring that holds the plunger. But after that, I think we'll get used to it and make good use of it. But it certainly is a whole lot easier greasing the machines with that than by hand. So we hope that you enjoy this video and more pond videos to come. We're going to be doing this over the summer, over the next couple of months, just digging and having fun in the evenings. So we're hoping that you join us. And if you enjoyed this video, we'd love it if you would subscribe, like, and share, and join us again for another video coming soon. Thanks for watching.